Dude, this is like, I'm so excited right now. Okay, this is oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, let me shut up. We're gonna get into so many different things in this video, but one of the things that I wanted to talk about in this video is kind of, I don't even know how to explain it. I guess the direction that I kind of want to start taking my channel, and I guess where I'm currently at with my channel and where I want to see it going. I guess to start off that conversation, the past year for my YouTube channel specifically has been it's been very interesting. I feel like I've been doing a lot of like throwing at the wall and like seeing what sticks. Also, this thing is like blinding me. I don't know. I feel like 2023, I tried a lot of different things. A lot of them didn't work, which is okay. You know, that's why I was trying things in the first place. I don't know. With this video, I kind of wanted to go back to my roots, if you will. I had an epiphany, okay, a couple months ago where I was just sitting looking at my YouTube channel. Here's the thing. Okay, in the past, I don't know, 6 months, I guess, I've never uploaded less on YouTube in my entire life. I've uploaded barely once a month. It's so crazy because I was thinking back to like the younger version of me when I was making YouTube videos when I was like so like literal child. I would be so mad at myself if I told my younger self that I would only be uploading videos like once a month. I used to literally upload videos like once a day. That's when I was like 12 though, so I had like literally nothing else going on. It was all I did. I spent my entire day editing and filming. Even when I had school was never my priority. It was always YouTube. Like I said, the past 6 months, I've uploaded less than I've ever uploaded in my entire life. But I've also never been happier with the videos that I'm making, which isn't to say that I am like fully in love with all of my videos. I'm someone who is a firm believer in like quality over quantity. Like I would rather upload. I'd rather do what I'm doing now, which is like upload once a month, but have the videos that I am uploading be like videos I'm really proud of. And they've also been like really long videos too. Like I would rather do that than like put a video out every week or every other week that I don't really give a fuck about. Like I was saying earlier, I was looking at my channel and I've realized in the last 6 months where I have made videos that I've been more proud of than any other videos I've ever made, I've low-key become like a travel vlogger, which I know I'm not, like obviously. I mean, if you look at my channel, I feel like every other video I'm like traveling somewhere, which has been so much fun. Like don't get me, we have a lot to talk about. We're gonna get into all that too, but every other video I've made, I'm somewhere new. You know what I mean? It's like I was at the Eras tour and then I'm flying to Texas to go to a music festival with my best friends, and then suddenly I'm at Disneyland, and then I'm in New York. Like it's been very all over the place, which has been so much fun. Like I don't want it to come across like that. The videos I used to make on my channel literally used to be like, all I used to do was film sit down videos. Like this is literally all I did. All I would do is grab my little phone or even my iPod at the time. I would set my phone up somewhere and I would sit on my bed and I would talk. And that's all I would do. I mean, even if you go back to like my older videos on this channel, you can see like I would never leave the house ever. All of my videos would be filmed at my house and most of the time just in my room. And the only reason I bring any of this up is because of everything that I was saying earlier, which is that I kind of do like the exact opposite now. Like I never film videos at my house or in my room. Like every video I film, I'm going somewhere or I'm doing something, which is obviously like so much fun. And I traveled more in the last 6 months than I think I've ever traveled in my entire life, which is again been like such a dream, and I've had so much fun doing that. Going into the new year 2024, one of my goals that I have for this year was I want to do more videos where I just sit and talk to you guys, because if I'm being so honest, this makes me really uncomfortable. Like I don't really know why. Like I've been making videos for so long, but for some reason doing videos where I just like sit and talk makes me so uncomfortable. I don't know what it is. I think as I've gotten older and I've just gotten like way insecure about like literally everything, it's made doing videos where I just like sit and film. I don't do that anymore. I don't know. It stresses me out for some reason. Again, now that I'm older, I'm so like insecure about everything, where in the past when I was like 12 years old, I would literally like roll out of bed, film a video, and it like I just didn't care. Whereas now that I'm older, I care way too much. It makes filming sit down videos not as fun for me, because instead of like me focusing on like whatever I want to talk about or whatever feeling or whatever the I want to convey, I'm way too focused on like little technical things if I look bad or something like that. The amount of videos that I filmed like just doing a sit down video that I will completely scrap because I think I look bad is crazy. Like I will literally, I've filmed so many videos over the course of the past like 2 or 3 years where I love the video, I am talking and making really good points, and I'm like, wow, I feel like this could actually help people, or I feel like people could actually gain something from this, but I think I look really bad in the video, so I just completely scrap it and I don't even it never sees the light of day, which is so annoying because like I was saying 2 seconds ago, I used to never care. All my old videos, like I look like a mess, but I didn't care. I was like, I just want to film videos. I don't care what I look like. I'm trying to get back to that. I know there's no world that exists where I'm not going to care about how I look, and I'm not going to like constantly be looking at the viewfinder to make sure I don't look bad, which I'm trying my best to get back to that. It's really hard. I'm gonna be honest. That leaves us to where we are today, and that leads us to this new setup we have going on. I really wanted to get this video up like at the beginning of the year, and now it's already almost February. I mean, the day I'm filming this, it is January 27th. By the time this video goes up, it's honestly probably going to be February, which is really annoying and I don't want to talk about it. But at the beginning of this year, I made the decision that I wanted to start doing this stuff again. I wanted to start sitting down and just talking. I feel like the opportunities of just like sitting and talking are endless. You know what I mean? Like I can sit and talk about whatever. I could even do commentary stuff. Like I could do like music reactions, or I could do like movie reactions. I don't know if that's in the cards for me, but like I'm just saying there's so many different things I can do. I just gotta get over being so insanely insecure. But with having that idea to kind of bring this back and bring back me sitting and talking, I decided that I needed a motivator. I don't know if that's the right word, because I know myself and I know the way my brain operates. Sometimes I knew that if I got like a new setup, it would make me 10 times more inspired and likely and just excited to do sit down videos. So that's what this is. Basically the whole motivator as to why I redid my wall. I got a mic. Having this mic already has made me like so excited to do videos, because just being able to like hold something, I think it's really good for my ADHD, if I'm being so honest. I feel like you've already been able to see me like moving it so much, but like I'm not joking when I say that like sitting down and filming videos, genuinely like I get anxious and antsy and I get so like freaked out. And I think one of the biggest things that, not one of the biggest things, but like one of the things that I would struggle with when I would like do sit down videos is I like can't sit still. It drives me insane. Yes, I have ADHD. Yes, I have really bad anxiety. That's a whole other thing. But like, I mean, I'm still stressed out. Like I feel really tense and stressed right now, but I think having this mic to like have something to like hold on to, and like, I don't know, it's already been going better. So this is a good sign that this is a step in the right direction. This is going to be the new setup for my videos for probably a while. I actually am so obsessed with this setup. Literally, there's nothing special about it. It's literally just a collage wall with mostly pictures of Taylor Swift. I have my LED lights, which I already had, and then I got this little galaxy. I don't even know if you can tell in this video. I mean, you can see the stars. There's like a galaxy going. You can't really tell, but I can tell, and that's what matters. I love it already. Also, I got a ring light. I don't even know if you can. Oh, I don't want to get that close. We're not doing that, but I got a ring light. She's doing her thing. I appreciate her. Hopefully you like it. If you don't, honestly, don't tell me, because it's gonna hurt my feelings. But anyway. Oh my god, my battery's dying. Are you Okay, we're back. I wanted to, I guess, briefly talk about 2023. That's kind of the premise of this video. In my head, it was the premise of this video, but I feel like I just spent like 20 minutes talking about like my YouTube channel and my new setup and how I have a mic. Literally everything I just talked about in the last like 30 minutes could have just been summarized if I just said, this is my new setup. I got a mic. I got a new background, new year, new me. But again, I did kind of want to talk about 2023 because it was a weird year. 2023 was the year of like, I feel like the way I keep describing it to like friends of mine is that 2023 was the year of like my highest highs that I've ever had, and then my lowest lows, which I always kind of hate saying, because it's like you could say that about any year, you know what I mean? Like every year, regardless of whatever year it is, you're gonna have ups and downs, and that's not even like a year thing, that's just like life. You're always gonna have your peaks and then your other one, your peaks and pits. That's what it's called. I feel like literally every single year I keep being like, so last year was the worst year of my life. I don't know that I would say 2023 was the worst year of my life. I will say most of my low lows that happened in 2023 happened in the beginning of the year, or like the beginning half of the year. So from like January to June of 2023, that was like the worst time of my life. I've never been so miserable and depressed and did not want to be here anymore. And then from like July to December, I had some of my highest highs. I'm gonna hope that the good energy and the highs continue into 2024. I have a good feeling about this year, but I also feel like I've said that about every year, and then I end up not feeling the same way by the end of the year. So I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let this year happen and see what happens. You know, I have no control of anything, which kind of drives me crazy. And I feel like as I've gotten older, I've really realized that kind of runs a lot of my mental health problems, is the fact that I can't control things and I can't control my feelings and the way I feel about stuff, and like why things make me feel the way they do and why they feel so intense and strong. It's because I'm a control freak. We're gonna work on that. Maybe. Honestly, I honestly don't really have any desire of working on that, but I guess I probably should work on that. So I feel like I could do ASMR. I have a mic now. You know what else I could do with this mic? Start a podcast. I'm not gonna do a full in-depth like 2023 year in review, like fully going through January, February, March. Like I don't care, and I know you don't care, so we're not gonna do that. I did want to kind of just go through the year and kind of explain some of the things that I felt and went through and whatever for anybody who cares. Like I said, the first half of 2023 was god awful for me. A lot of that did come from school. School really did a number on me. I've never been like against education. I understand education is really important. I understand the need for it. I've never been someone who's been like, school, like I think school is so stupid and a waste of my time, even though I have felt like that for me personally, just because I know, like, not that I know, but I've always kind of like known what I want in the future, and I know that like I don't really need school for that, if I'm being honest. Not necessarily like school, but I know, like, I always knew I was never going to go to college, at least like straight out of high school, you know, who knows? I knew from like honestly such an early age, I knew I was not going to go to college like immediately after high school. Never something that I considered. That was never something that I was like thinking about, even because I was like, I know I'm not going to do that. I know I'm not going to do that. It made school so miserable for me. I mean, school has always been miserable for me. I never really had friends in school except for like in middle school, but even then, like, I always felt out of place and weird, and I felt like I was forcing friendships where it didn't need to happen because I was too scared of being alone. But then as I got into high school, I was also still scared of being alone, but I also just didn't really care anymore because depression does a lot to you, let me tell you. And it's crazy because I don't know if this is like narcissistic to say, but like I've been watching so many of my own YouTube videos recently, specifically just like my older videos, because I mean, one of my favorite parts about doing this is the fact that it's like a video diary, a public video diary, but a video diary nonetheless, and I can go back to certain points in my life and see how I look and how I was doing, and it's definitely a weird thing to like have, but I really enjoy doing it. So again, it's crazy, everything I'm talking about right now, like you even, I'm not suggesting it, but like you could go watch me in my sophomore year. Like you could go back to my videos and see me in my sophomore year or in my junior year where I was so depressed and I sat alone every single day. Like you can literally watch that because I filmed it, because doing videos and filming was the only thing that ever got me through my day and my life. One of the main reasons I filmed so much at school and did so many school vlogs was because it was the only thing that got me through the day. School was so miserable for me, but one of the things that I just found that made it better for me, or I guess took my mind off of all the horrible things going on in my head, was filming my school day. That's why I have so many vlogs of specifically my junior year. My junior year was so fucking miserable. Oh my god. That year just sucked. It was horrible. When I say I didn't talk to anybody, I mean I did not talk to anybody. I did not talk to my teachers. I didn't talk to people I sat next to. I sat alone at lunch every single day. I would sit literally behind like a garbage can or outside of my math classroom or on the side of the school, like on the wall. I was completely alone the entire time. And I just felt so hopeless, because going back to what I was saying earlier, I always knew I wasn't going to go to college like immediately after high school. And although this is probably like not a really good mindset to have, school just felt so pointless for me. I'm putting in all this time and energy into doing my schoolwork when I know I'm not going to college. So like, why do I even care? Which again, is like not a good mindset to have, regardless of college or regardless of whatever you're doing. You do need like a high school diploma. Not that you need one. Well, I don't know. I felt like my time was being wasted, and I felt like I was giving like so much time and energy into something that at least felt like it didn't really matter. I'm not saying it didn't matter. Looking back, like I needed my diploma at the least. So it obviously wasn't for nothing as much as it felt like. That was rough. It was really rough. My senior year was not all that much better, to be honest. I mean, I wasn't as well. No, I was. I was so depressed at the beginning of 2023. Like I said, January to June. Awful, horrible for me. When I say that school was such a big factor of my depression, I'm being so serious. You know, it's not like when I graduated, I just didn't have depression anymore. Obviously, I still had depression. When I did graduate, I was severely less depressed after. It was almost like a switch. Again, I wasn't not depressed anymore, but I was so much happier. I don't know. I don't even know if I would call it like senioritis. I feel like I just had like depression, but like after I graduated, I was just left like so insanely confused on like what was going on, which is a very normal thing for seniors. Once you graduate, obviously you're left to figure out your life and do what you want with your life, and you no longer have a specific set of rules to follow anymore. Everybody just, I mean, not everybody, I understand there's like homeschooling and online school and all that stuff, but like most of us, we go to school from kindergarten, sometimes preschool, all the way to 12th grade. But then once you graduate, you're kind of just left to do whatever you want and figure it out, which is obviously a good thing. And you know, it's a sense of freedom, and it's what a lot of people like like are excited for. And I was excited for that too, don't get me wrong. But last year, and not even last year, I mean, I've been struggling with my mental health for so many years at this point. As much as I keep talking about like, oh, I knew I wasn't going to go to college after I graduated. It wasn't even so much about like graduating. It was more so like I genuinely did not think I was going to graduate. So when I did in turn graduate, I was just like so confused. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't have any plans. I don't know what to do. I didn't think I was going to be at this point, to be honest. So we've all had experiences like that, you know, where you're so convinced something isn't going to happen or it is going to happen, and then it does or doesn't happen. And then you're kind of just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do now? Like, I don't know what's happening. I literally did not think I was going to graduate. There was no part of me that thought I was going to graduate. Ever since my like sophomore year, to be honest, I was so convinced. I was like, I'm not going to graduate, which is also kind of why I gave up on school. Kind of not really gave up on school, because it's like I still did everything I needed to graduate, but I just didn't care. I was putting in like 60% effort, which is like barely passing. I'm not going to put in all this time and effort and energy into making sure my grades are so good and making sure I have a perfect clean record and trying to make myself look good for colleges when I'm like, I literally am not going to be here when it's time to graduate. So like, why would I do that? It's also, this is going to be a crazy fact for some of you, but it is really hard to care about your math homework or care about doing your history studies, reading a book for your English class. It's really hard to do all of that when the only thing running through your head is, I don't want to be here anymore. Crazy concept, I know. It's almost like depression is like debilitating sometimes. Who would have thought? Not me. When I graduated, I was just left so insanely confused. Again, I did not think I was going to be here. I was honestly like convinced that I wasn't going to be here. Like this is going to sound really dark, but I almost made it like a promise to myself that I wasn't going to be here by the time I graduated. And it's also the same thing to do with like me turning 18. That was also something that happened in 2023. I did not think I was going to make it to this age. You know, I have everybody in my corner congratulating me for graduating and telling me happy birthday, you're 18, you're an adult now. None of it felt nice. I don't know how to word it. I was very appreciative of people who were celebrating me, whether it was for my graduation or me turning 18. But again, both of those things, I was just so under the impression for so many years. I was like, this is not gonna happen. I'm not turning 18. I was in so much physical pain all of the time. I just didn't want to be here anymore. I was like, I can't do this. It hurts so much mentally that it's physically hurting my body. I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to graduate. I'm not turning 18. None of that is going to happen. I don't want to hear your congratulations because it's not going to happen. I'm not even going to prepare for what's going to happen after I graduate. I'm not even going to prepare for what I'm supposed to do when I turn 18. I'm not going to prepare for any of that because it's not going to happen. There's no point in using my time and energy that I don't have that much of anyway because I'm going through so much. Like, there's no point in using that time and energy into trying to prepare for that stuff because I'm not going to be here. I can't stress enough how much I genuinely was so convinced I'm not going to be here anymore. It sounds like I'm being so dramatic and it sounds like I'm just saying that just to say things, but it genuinely was how I felt. So it was definitely a weird thing to graduate and turn 18. After I graduated, I literally didn't do anything for like all summer. I mean, that's not true. I did a couple of fun things. I went to VidCon, which is obviously one of the like highlights of my year. I look forward to it every year. I went to a Nessa concert. That was a lot of fun. I went to the Eras tour, which was the best day of my life. Like, honestly, that whole day was just, I wish I could go back to that day, but also it's like one of those things that I keep so like sacred to me that I'm kind of like, I don't even know that I would want to go back to that day because it was just so perfect. I was so happy. Yeah, I mean, I did some fun stuff over the summer. There was a lot going on, but at the same time, like absolutely nothing was going on. So I don't know what that was about. But another thing that happened last year, which I always like don't associate this happening with last year because I feel like it's been going on forever, but I got a diagnosis. I have a whole YouTube video on, which I'm sure some of you might have watched. I got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder this year. I don't even consider it happening last year because I talk about this in the actual video I posted at the time where I do a whole in-depth debrief and in-depth talk about everything. But I've like known I've had BPD for I feel like 2 years at this point. You can't be diagnosed with it till you're 18. So I didn't officially get a diagnosis until August on my birthday when I turned 18. I didn't technically, I guess, get diagnosed until last year, but I've also known that I've had it for a long time. So I don't know. That was also something that happened last year. So I feel like ever since September, I want to say, of last year, I've been in my letting myself fucking breathe era. That's the era that I'm in. I just needed to fucking breathe. I needed 2 seconds to breathe. Lana Del Rey tease. I feel like the past 3 years I've just been like holding my breath and I haven't stopped holding my breath. This is not a good analogy. I really don't want to jinx it, but like I haven't been this happy in a really long time. Don't get it sick and twisted. I still have depression. I still have a personality disorder. I still have ADHD. I still have everything under the sun. For the first time in like a long time, I'm not like consistently 24/7 miserable all the time. The last 6 months, I've done more traveling than I've ever done in my entire life. I've been working, which to be honest, I think is one of the best things that I've ever done for myself because it gets me out of the house. It makes me feel worth something because it makes me feel like people actually need me and I can actually help people. And I make my own money that I get to use on trips and doing fun things for myself and going to places like New York, using that money to do things that'll make me happy, and going to New York and surprising my best friend with a trip to Disneyland for her birthday and going to see the Eras Tour movie 13 times. Like for the first time in a really long time, I just feel slightly satisfied. And I say slightly because I'm not quite there, but I'm feeling okay right now. Nobody asked, but again, don't get it twisted. Every day is still an insane battle for me. I go through a lot and there's a lot that I've gone through that I shockingly, this might be a surprise to some of you, haven't talked about publicly. I'm actually really excited because with this new setup, as stupid as this might seem, like this new setup of having just like a background and a mic and this cool little galaxy light guy, it's made me really excited to, you know, hopefully do more videos where I can just sit and talk. I'm obviously still going to do like travel vlogs, or not even travel vlogs. I'm still going to vlog because that's what I really love to do. And the more vlogs I make, I feel like the closer I'm getting to actually making videos that I've always wanted to make. I just never knew how to do it. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is a good place to end off this video. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I've been sitting here for an hour. No, more than an hour. Like an hour and a half. I'm looking at the time. Whatever. I love you guys. Thank you so much for just being here, man. I really appreciate it. Like, I obviously know I'm not a huge creator and I don't have millions of followers, but I really appreciate all the people that watch me because I feel like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the people that watch me like actually understand me and actually see me for who I am. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, like, let me know if that's not true. But I just really appreciate you guys, and I really appreciate all the love and support. Feeling really grateful. No ounce of support towards me, like, ever goes unnoticed, whether it's just a like or a comment or a review or whatever it might be. It never goes unnoticed, and I really appreciate it because this is what I love to do. And one of my 2024 goals is to hopefully make this into a full-time job for me because this is, like, all I've ever wanted to do. I feel like this is a step in the right direction to hopefully growing and seeing whatever the happens. I really have no idea. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I love you with my entire fucking heart and being and soul and everything that I have in me. And I'll see you guys soon. I love you. Thank you for watching. Bye.